Okay, here we go.
Hey everyone.
Just a second. You can have 2 channels too? I didn't know you could put it in the playlist here on one channel. Like that's... Okay, alright, let's go. Branching out because WoW is dead. Yeah, that's about right.
And welcome back to another video. So today we are going for something a little bit meta. Now I don't want this to take away from the main content that I do, so it's not going to be massively edited, and it's totally something that is okay for just listening to. Now, look, Battle for Azeroth has been a bit of a funky time for the game, and we really don't need to get into why. That's not why this video exists, and really, this video exists because I kind of want to address the state of the community, my part in it, and the challenges that we all face, at least how I see them. And to be clear, this video has literally nothing to say about the content of the game. It's entirely agnostic to the state of the game and all that stuff, and it's not speaking to any particular narrative. That said, if you don't agree with me in this video, please tell me. I would genuinely love to hear the discussion that this one.
He got 800 dislikes on this video, so I don't know, maybe he's right.
Wants to exist. Once the battle lines are drawn up and the narratives are solidified in the hive mind of the social media, you know, along with the pollutant incentive mechanics of social media, we're left with really little crossing of the streams. We're left with little conversation between people who hold disagreements. And that all sounds like mighty, lofty stuff, and it might seem a little silly to apply it all to video game drama, but I really do think that the current expression of our WoW predicament is something that's echoed across the world in other contexts. So first of all, I want to just talk about the state of human communication and kind of tear down the concept of positivity and negativity, because they're really, really messy, non-specific terms, and I don't think they do anyone any favors. What is a positive opinion? Is that an opinion that's in alignment with Blizzard's thinking? Is that an opinion that anyone...
Yes, that's the thing, is that, like, people that want you to be positive about the game, like, they want to live in a delusional fantasy world, right? Which I think is kind of funny because, I mean, obviously we're all playing a fantasy game, but at a certain point you've got to realize that there's a little bit more to it than that. But maybe I'm just wrong about that, yeah. They want to live in a fantasy world, and they want you to live there with them.
Individual agrees with. Is it used in reference to something that somebody said, or is it used as a long-term, assessment of their character? So these are, I think, sloppy words that play into a larger problem, which is a lack of specificity. We kind of live in a world where, like, it's
what a surprise that nuance is lost on the internet.
Those things matter because they're powerful tools, and they do not matter because they correlate to the truth. And that's why living in a world of specifics and details is really what's important. Be it in alignment with Blizzard or not in alignment with Blizzard, I think that this lack of specifics in favor of playing into a narrative is one of the prevailing issues that we face. Default...
It's completely fucking right. I mean, it's completely fucking right. Let's be honest. I mean, all the things, like, if an idea can't fit into a tweet, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no nuance to fucking anything. If you can't fit something inside of a tweet, it doesn't matter. That's it. They're never going to figure it out. It's never going to go anywhere. It's always going to be confusing for people. And unfortunately, that's the reality that we live in, right? That's all there is to it. I'm sorry, Twitter was a mistake. Humanity was a mistake, and Twitter is an outcome of that. Okay, like, there's nothing wrong inherently with Twitter. Okay, the problem with Twitter is that people fucking listen to it, and they treat it like the Bible. Well, I wish they treated it like the Bible, because at least people know the Bible isn't fucking real. All right, here we go. Let's go to the rest of it. Was that too far?
To either narrative as the lens through which all information is processed is just not that useful. The thing is, though, we often only recognize when we slip up in retrospect. And I think that's something that happens now more so than ever. Why is that? Well, emotional manipulation and modern technology.
There it is.
Gamification is when mechanics and rewards are assigned to something. As an example,
emotional manipulation.
Gamification is a tool, and it's a really powerful tool because it plays into the weak spots of human psychology. Now, while we probably all wish we were able to think and then feel, I think most of the time we feel and then we think, or at least more often than we'd like to admit. I know it certainly is like that for me. It's a totally natural response, but it is a response that's the primary target of many of the mechanics by which our modern means of communication actually works. Even if it's as simple as
This is a really meta video. He's like talking about how ideas are transmitted between people, and I'm gonna give you guys a fucking example of what he's talking about, right? Is whenever Classic WoW came out, I started saying no changes. Now, anybody with a fucking brain knows that there are plenty of things that if they were changing Classic WoW, it would probably be a good thing, right? It's like adding colorblind mode, fixing glitches, those types of things, right? Where like your character just like falls through the ground and dies. Like these are obviously not good things about Classic WoW that it would be good if they fixed them. That being said, no changes is an idea that people can get behind. I don't want any changes that affect the core gameplay and feel of the game, that change the way that it would affect my nostalgia and remember the game the way it was 10 years ago. But at the same time, I do want to see some changes that maybe make the game a little bit easier to play in terms of functionality and maybe the colorblind mode and widescreen possibilities. You know, that's way too complicated. Nobody's going to understand that, because they're dumb, right? And if you want to communicate with people, you have to be stupid. Because if you're not, they won't know what you're saying.
During retweets or likes, or even being worried that somebody has, you know, not read a Facebook message, or maybe that they've read a Facebook message but not responded. It's pretty unlikely we're all going to wake up tomorrow as...
I remember like back in the day, I used to try to talk to girls on Facebook, and I would get so fucking mad, dude, if they left me on that scene check mark, the little blue one there. I would get fucking pissed off. And so what I would start doing, because this would annoy me a lot, is I'd start talking to like 10 girls at a time. So if one of them did that, I'd just go talk to the other one, right? And that way it was a double thing, right? And here's why, is because... no, it's not like I was talking to him in real life. It's just on the internet, guys. I'm not a Chad. I was just a fucking loser. So listen, because like then like girls, a lot of them, right? Especially they do that kind of stuff. They're trying to play like mind games with you. So I'm like ignoring them because I forgot that they existed, because I was thinking about like, you know, these other like 5 people that I'm talking to, and they figure that I'm ignoring them, so they want me to give them more attention, so they try harder for it. And so I've got this whole rotation of these like girls trying to talk to me because I'm ignoring them because I'm talking to other girls, but they don't know it. Like, and I did this all the time, man. Like this was basically like my job, because I didn't have it. Yeah, it's like a rotation, and it works really well. Like I wouldn't do it if it didn't work, right? And it was a great idea. First time tryhard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, wow, look at that. We had a tryhard. We had a usage of tryhard that wasn't obviously fucking racist. That's great, guys. That's why I haven't banned the emote. It's okay. Yeah, I wasn't really much of a Chad, but yeah, I would talk to like 10 of them at a time, and I remember like. I never really felt bad about it either. Like, because I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know, why not? I still don't really feel bad that I did it. But it's ridiculous to go back and look and see what I did, though. I don't know. Okay, let me go back over here. High school was my best years. I did this, like, right as soon as I got out of high school, because I didn't have anything else to do. It was kind of like having different, like, games that I was playing, right? And one was, like, Stacy. The other one was, like, Amanda. And I would be like trying to get to the next level, and then as soon as I got stuck on one of them, I'd basically stop playing it until the catch-up mechanic came back and I was able to advance in the story again. And it was actually great. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's just completely fucking, it's absolutely disgusting that I used to do that. But hey man, I don't feel bad. That's the way it goes. I was a terrible person. Fuck them, they do the same shit. Well, yeah, I mean, like, you think, like, oh, you think Amanda's only talking to you? No, she's talking to Tanner, to Chad, to Tyrone, to Bill, to, you know, this other, like, sugar daddy, you know, Robert, the 45-year-old, you know, stockbroker that buys her Gucci shoes. You know, like, no, man, everybody does the same shit, so I don't even give a fuck.
Stoics, and therefore be able to deal with...
I don't know what that had to do with WoW, but, you know, that's... what I do. When are you doing an achievement stream? Let me see. Let me look at the calendar, man. Achievement stream. Maybe no, I can't do it on Saturday because Izzy leaves on Saturday. Maybe like next Saturday or something like that. I can plan on doing the achievement stream next Saturday. How about that? Yeah, achievement stream next Saturday, and I go for 30K. I think that would be pretty cool. It's just the only thing about that is like maybe I could do achievement stream on Saturday, and then this Sunday will be Bloodborne. That actually could be really good. So yeah, I'm gonna set that up. Create event. Achievement stream. Okay, I'm gonna invite myself. Okay, creating that. All right, and then create event, because this is the only calendar I ever look at. Bloodborne. Okay, and I'll create that event too. So then I've got an idea of like what I was thinking about doing. Glory of the dazar'alor Raider. I'm gonna do that on the 23rd probably. Maybe some of it on the 22nd and finish it on the 23rd. When are you doing an Alliance versus EU Transmog contest? I was thinking about doing it for the Alliance run, because I really enjoy doing that. That's honestly the truth. I just have fun. It's just I worry about the servers crashing again. But we can try it and see how it goes. But right now I want to finish the video because I've spent like an hour talking about this. Okay, here we go.
All this stuff, but I think it is best to understand how all of this plays a major role in communications and the eroding impact that this really has, where often you're not engaging with people's thoughts, you're engaging with people's feelings put out into the world at a time where they're being felt at their highest magnitude.
That's right, because if you appeal to emotion, it's like kind of cheating. But you know what happens whenever you're cheating? You usually win. I mean, you usually win. That's what happens. Like, because if you're cheating, right, you're gonna win. And that's my best advice, right? I'm not talking about being like transparent or whatever. But it's like, if you appeal to people's emotions, they're gonna be more likely to agree with you because people think emotionally. Because most people don't really have the capacity for like rational, critical thought. It's just not. They just don't. So if you try to appeal to people rationally or critically, it doesn't make a difference at all. Okay, here we go. Yes, they do. No, they don't.
Definitely might.
Do you know how I can know that people in general don't think rationally? Just Twitch chat.
Resemblance to what anyone thinks, but maybe not as good as say if you had them write an essay on their viewpoint. Certainly it won't be an ideal representation. That means that we're just not really engaging with people at their best. We're engaging with people at their most feral, right? When the primal emotions that drive us all kind of take hold. Now look, I'm guilty.
Using the internet as a basic lol. We think that's funny? Okay, go watch Nancy Grace as she wants pot banned because one college slut got upset and got high too much and drove into a tree. And she wants pot banned. And then there's other middle-aged moms that agree with her. The internet is smarter, if anything. It's like you watch these stories. It's like, one person has something bad happen, and then the entire world is supposed to change. No, like it's even worse than real life.
Of this, tweeting dumb things, reacting too strongly to things, engaging with people and myself, in
this is about me.
Portrayal of myself, and just veering into the territory of communicating with people in bad faith. All these things I think happen to everyone, and really, I think all of this it's kind of the big downside of many aspects of the modern age. So these are some of the fundamental communication problems that I think lead to things being really messy, be it World of Warcraft, politics, which I'm not going to be touching here, or anything else.
That's a good idea.
These same failures of human communication, as facilitated by the power of gamified, growth-driven technology platforms, seem to just be wreaking havoc across the world in general. Perhaps by better understanding how all of these mechanics impact us in World of Warcraft land, we can actually be a little bit better prepared for the real world. Now, with all that said, let's get on to World of Warcraft, starting with this channel. And yeah, we're going to go for thumbnails and titles, because come on, they're probably what you're thinking about right now. It's certainly what I'm thinking about. And it's not like my thumbnails are subtle.
Yeah, this
the
is actually a
thumbnails
very,
have a
very
relevant
smart thing to
World of
say.
Warcraft character posed with an emotion that I think will resonate with the viewers based on the topic.
Yes.
Be it something that is hopeful or something that is, a reaction to a pretty shocking, headline. Take the thumbnail of J. Allen Brack destroying the Heroes of the Storm logo. When creating that, I knew where public opinion was on the issue and what the immediate reactions would be. So I made a thumbnail that would resonate with that. After all, it is in line with my own personal knee-jerk reaction, which was kind of like, what? Now, that said, is it clickbait? No, it's not. Clickbait is when a thumbnail is not in line with the topic of the video. What the thumbnail is, though, is it is a thumbnail.
Here, I'll show you what clickbait is. Okay, and then there's these are well, you know what, I was gonna draw boobs, but we're not gonna do that. So then you have a person, and then after that there's a circle with an arrow pointing to it. And then they say, oh my God. Okay, and this is basically, oh, just, no, cancel that. Okay, let's see, is this good? Yeah, this is good. So this is exactly what clickbait is. As you guys can see right here, this is every single show that you've ever seen, right? Every single YouTube video. Like, let me see if I can find some. You won't believe what happened. Well, you can't see? What do you mean you can't see? Oh. There it is, boys. There it is. I forgot I had that other thing in front of me. See, look, I mean, what do you even say about that kind of shit? It's so obvious what's going on here, right? I mean, there's so many of them. You won't believe what happened in Indonesia. That is impossible. 2 weeks ago, what even is this video? What is this? What is happening? Oh my God. It's a pillar of fucking God that's coming to punish the sinners in Indonesia for not believing in the right book. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Let's see, what's this? Oh, I know what that is. That's a spaceship. Okay, and then let's go over here. And now we'll get to the real content of the video, which is Ted and Bill sitting in their apartment talking about how much money this video is going to accumulate from people that are really dumb. And these are the two masterminds behind this video. They've thought everything out and they can see everything. Well, at least he can. Look at this, man. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, it's a kangaroo. Like, really? You won't believe that there's a kangaroo in a pool? I can believe that. It's not a big surprise. You know, I've seen a lot of this kind of stuff before. No, this is a Coke, bro. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's a kangaroo. Like, wow, big, wow. Oh wow, there's clouds. Oh, there's a shore. What happens on the shore? Something got rushed up. Something got pushed up on the shore. Well, you know what that obviously is. It's Aquaman. Because he got kicked out of Atlantis again. Because Avengers is a real thing. Or the Justice League. Who cares? You won't believe that there's a car in the water? Like, come on, guys. Like, I could very well believe that. Like, this is not a... I mean, really, I could totally fucking believe that there's a car in the water. Okay, alright, let's go back to it. Sorry.
that is absolutely aware of how it's going to be perceived. Now, once the actual video rolls, then I see it being my job to start off with a knee-jerk reaction that everyone, myself included, has, or many people, and then progress that to the more slowed down and reasoned position on the issue. The goal of a video like that is to interest somebody based on the wide narrative and then take them towards a more reasoned out position. At least that's the primary reason why I script my content instead of just flicking on the camera and speaking my mind. Because yes, everything I do is scripted. I know that...
Whenever I used to do my videos, I would have like my notepad, and it would be, where is it? Let me open up a notepad. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do another one of these. Notepad. Okay. Wait, what the fuck? Why is it all the way over there? What the fuck? It's like messed up or something. Oh no, it's behind the frame. Okay, yeah, it'd be like, BFA is not good. It sucks. Legendaries are bad. I don't like Titan forging. Vanilla was the best. There it is. And so that's basically all I need to go on a 30-minute rant. And then that's the short rant. And then there's the longer version, which is my stream. And that goes on for like 4 hours until I just get tired of talking. Okay, here, let's go to the rest of this.
What comes...
His job is to capitalize on make more videos. Marklo, I really... Can we expand on this? His fucking job is to capitalize on nerd rage and then make more videos echo chambering the calamity talk. Markow44. What specifically makes you think that Bellular is capitalizing on outrage rather than reporting things from his own personal perspective? Right? Like, so how do you distinguish between the two? Because what I'm going to probably learn here is that the difference is you don't like Bellular, so you're ascribing negative attributes to him that reinforce your predisposition to dislike him. And there's actually nothing specific that he has done. I mean, let's be honest. Did he leave? He said no and left. Well, he's a stupid person. I mean, I hate to say it because he's like subscribed to the stream, right? But like, I'm not gonna, I don't want to have people that are dumb just going around being dumb. And it's like people that do stuff like that, they just like make these unsubstantiated claims that are bullshit, and it's annoying for everyone. Probably gifted a sub. Probably, yeah.
To my mind immediately is probably not the true form of my reasoned out opinion. Now, I know that running the channel that way is a bit of a high-risk operation, and the downsides are not lost on me. The channel seems to be particularly good at ticking off people who hold a strong opinion on either side. I mean, as compared to most of YouTube, this channel actually does run at a statistically high dislike ratio. Now, to be upfront in the business side of things, not doing those thumbnails and those titles would decrease video views, probably an average of about 30 to 50%.
Yep.
More importantly, it would also kill the potential of videos to go viral. Really, that's just the way it is with the YouTube and how how the algorithm works. And when this channel is supporting the income of 6 people by funding the early stages of the game studio, it would be foolish and irresponsible not to do that. So that's kind of the MO of the channel. The titles and thumbnails basically are kind of mirroring my own knee-jerk reaction to something. And then the actual content is basically me sitting down, writing out what I really think and trying to come to the more complete version of my thoughts. And that's generally why you'll see my videos be, this is a big shocking bit of news, and then as we go through the video, it kind of moves towards a more reasoned and sometimes more hopeful position. Now this leads me on to a bit that I'm going to call the explanation problem.
Being reasonable.
They say don't shoot the messenger. Well, in the modern day, I'd really like to say don't shoot the explainer. Now, my goal with a lot of these videos is to tackle the more dramatic topics in a way that is kind of explaining why people think what they do and what can be done based on that. So, yeah, this bit of the video will definitely seem self-serving. Basically, I worry that increasingly explaining something is seen as having a really strong opinion on it. For an example, explaining common criticisms on Azerite. that can be done in a non-biased, non-narrative driven way that I think is extremely useful.
Okay.
One problem is that it will often be seen as adding fuel to a fire, when it's actually an attempt to kind of, rescue the good ideas from the firestorm and then share them. So across the board, I think we see this conflation, where talking about an issue is by default seen as taking a side.
It, yeah.
And speaking of taking a side, I just want to talk about narratives and WoW, because the binary positivity and negativity problem is something that's really noticeable from my position. Now, of course, my ability to see
I've seen this a lot
is
too.
because of all of you supporting my content. What I have noticed is, as an example, I'll do news and I'll be disliked bombed for being negative. Then I'll do a video where I'm genuinely excited about the lore, and that'll be disliked bombed because WoW's dead, and why am I bothering? At least according to the comments. I think it kind of highlights a problem of binary narratives, because from my perspective, I can be highly critical of aspects of World of Warcraft, but I can also be highly excited about others. Nothing's a singular entity, but the power of overarching narratives is such that many people do just really reduce things down. And really, that's the thing about hopping on a big positivity or negativity train. You get to think a single thing, either a good thing or a bad thing, and you got a built-in set of allies to back you up, and it's not that good. And obviously, I find myself
I would agree with that
traps all the time as well. Now, with World of Warcraft specifically, I think there's a few more factors that play into it. There is a bit of a sunk cost fallacy. At the end of the day, we're all dinosaurs here. We've been in this game for a long time. I also think the game's a part of many of our identities.
Why you have to say that?
And, indeed, this game got a lot of us, myself included, through some pretty dark times.
Yeah, I played the game for 10
holds
years.
A special place. And to be clear, I
12
can't blame
years.
anyone for that. But I want to move on to a section I'm calling Digital Monk, because sometimes I see people say that they think I have like a level head and things, or that my analysis comes off as being kind of reasonable or a bit hopeful. Now, I think the most helpful thing that I've done to allow that to happen is to disengage, because I kind of know I'm really, I can be prone to, getting on the train, so to speak. So I only check Twitter once a day, and I've muted all social media notifications on my phone, bar Slack.
Wow.
I barely watch any World of Warcraft content on YouTube, and I never watch content about a topic that I've not yet covered until after I've written the video. Nothing's been better for my mental health, and also I think my ability to be kind of balanced, as basically disconnecting from the click economy as much as I can. And I think
that means he doesn't watch Asmongold React videos.
What this has all taught me is that when I engaged heavily online all the time, it just served to strengthen my own existing opinions and fan the flames of my emotions in a very predictable way.
No, if he disconnected, he'd be playing a Demon Hunter.
It wasn't useful, so I suppose, if you ever feel like something's taking up too much headspace, my personal recommendation from experience would be that disengaging with that media could actually be a good thing to do. So for me, the key thing about this video is I just want to get across why I think things are the way that they are, and just, help a little bit, I guess. I think it's becoming very hard to have an idea-based discussion, and I think these are some of the core reasons why. I think that understanding this stuff is really helpful if you don't want to be driven mad by the state of online communication these days. A lot of the time, it just seems like there's a kind of a lack of understanding between people, and when that happens, the default is to lampoon the other person's motive and not to understand what they think. So my hope is that through talking through my own experience with this, from running the channel, and what I think of all this stuff,
he's trying
based
to,
on the pretty large amount of data that I get through the likes and the dislikes and the comments, that I can just kind of help explain why things are the way that they are. So that's my take on the state of communication in general and how it impacts World of Warcraft specifically, as well as my own experiences of how it's been with the channel and how I have tried to deal with all that. So I'd love to hear what you've got to say about this. That's really all that I have today. The third part of my Wrath of the Lich King documentary is coming up super soon. I also have a preparation guide for Season 2 coming up really soon as well. So there is actual content coming in the channel and not just bizarre thought pieces like this. So let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, obviously the problem with this, right, is that I think he's kind of trying to aim the video at people that are reasonable and, kind of you can talk to and just have conversations with, and that's not really possible.